Reincarnation is the belief that after death, an individual's soul or consciousness is reborn into a new body, continuing a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This concept is central to several religious and philosophical traditions, shaping their views on life, morality, and the afterlife. Reincarnation posits that the soul is eternal and undergoes multiple lifetimes, often influenced by actions, karma, in previous lives. The quality of one's rebirth, whether as a human, animal, or other being, depends on moral conduct and spiritual progress. The ultimate goal in many traditions is liberation from this cycle, achieving a state of enlightenment or unity with the divine. Reincarnation appears in Western thought through philosophers like Pythagoras, 6th century BCE, and Plato, 4th century BCE. Pythagoras reportedly claimed memories of past lives, while Plato's dialogues, like the Phaedo, describe the soul's cyclical rebirths until it attains purity. Reincarnation has influenced ethical systems, encouraging compassion and responsibility due to the belief that actions impact future lives. It remains a compelling framework for explaining phenomena like déjà vu or alleged past life memories, as explored in modern case studies. In this video, we will discuss one of the most compelling cases of possible reincarnation. Let's begin. In the heart of Lebanon, among the Druze communities where ancient beliefs in reincarnation thrive, a remarkable story unfolded, a story that challenges our understanding of life, death, and what might lie beyond. This is the tale of Suzanne Ghanem, a young girl who claimed to remember a past life as a woman named Saada Hatoum. Her story, meticulously documented by renowned researcher Dr. Ian Stevenson, is one of striking resemblances, vivid memories, and a connection that spans lifetimes. Join us as we dive into this extraordinary case and explore the mysteries it holds. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist and researcher at the University of Virginia, dedicated his life to studying cases of children who claimed to remember past lives. Over decades, he investigated thousands of cases worldwide, approaching each with scientific rigor. One of his most compelling cases was that of Suzanne Ghanem, a Druze girl born in the late 1960s in Lebanon. From the age of 16 months, Suzanne began speaking of a life she insisted she had lived before, as Saada Hatoum, a woman who had died far away in Virginia, USA. What makes this case so fascinating, it's not just Suzanne's memories, but the physical and emotional connections that seem to bridge two lives. Suzanne was just 16 months old when she began to speak in full sentences, an unusually early milestone. But what she said stunned her family. She insisted she was not Suzanne, but Saada, a woman who had lived in a different place with a different family. She spoke of a husband named Halim and a life filled with specific details. Her parents, bewildered, initially thought it was a child's imagination, but Suzanne's persistence was unshakable. By age 2, Suzanne was using a neighbor's phone to call a man she called Halim, pleading with him to come get her. She knew his number by heart, a feat astonishing for a toddler. When her family eventually tracked down Halim, they learned he was the widower of Saada Hatoum, a Lebanese Druze woman who had died in Virginia in 1967, shortly before Suzanne's birth. Saada had been 43 at the time of her death, leaving behind a grieving family. When Suzanne met Halim, she ran to him, calling him by name and recounting intimate details of their life together as Saada. Halim, overcome with emotion, confirmed many of her statements. Suzanne also recognized other members of Saada's family, recalling names, events, and even personal quirks that only Saada would have known. One of the most striking aspects of this case was the physical resemblance between Suzanne and Saada. Dr. Stevenson noted in his book Reincarnation in Biology that people who had known Saada remarked on a strong likeness, particularly in the mouth and chin. Stevenson himself observed this resemblance, classifying it under facial correspondences with indescribable features. But the connections went beyond appearance. Suzanne had blue spots on her legs, similar to those Saada had. These spots would appear every 2 to 3 months, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, and were still present when Suzanne was 9. Stevenson documented these as possible physical carryovers from Saada's life. By age 8, Suzanne was a top student, but she still spoke daily about her past life as Saada. Her mother, Munira, began discouraging these memories, worried they distracted her from her studies. Suzanne's calls to Halim, once daily, became less frequent, every 3 or 4 days, yet her connection to Saada's family remained strong. At 25, Suzanne's memories of specific incidents had faded, but the emotions lingered. She told Stevenson, "I don't remember incidents, but the feelings are still there." She still called Halim weekly, having forgiven him for remarrying after Saada's death. Her bond with Saada's family brought her comfort, and she felt they were relieved to know she was still here. One of the most poignant moments came when Suzanne met a young man in the village of Kafar Salwan. He approached her, claiming to be the reincarnation of Majid, Saada's brother, a famed aviator. He recognized Suzanne as Saada, not as herself. Their emotional reunion, filled with tears and embraces, left a lasting impact. Suzanne noted that his memories seemed fresher, perhaps because his family had suppressed his claims, keeping them vivid in his mind. Dr. Stevenson's analysis of Suzanne's case offers fascinating insights. He noted that Saada was known for her exceptional memory, particularly for names, a trait that seemed to carry over to Suzanne. Stevenson suggested that people with unusually good memories in one life might be more likely to recall past lives in the next. This case also stood out as an international reincarnation case. Saada died in Virginia, far from her Lebanese homeland, yet Suzanne was born back in a Druze community, aligning with the Druze belief that a Druze always reincarnates as a Druze. Stevenson saw this as evidence of purposeful travel during the intermission between lives, a phenomenon he observed in other cases as well. Suzanne's story raises profound questions. Could memories, traits, and even physical marks carry over from one life to another? What does it mean for our understanding of identity and the soul? Stevenson's work doesn't provide definitive answers, but it invites us to consider possibilities beyond the material world. Suzanne Ghanem's story is more than a tale of reincarnation. It's a testament to the enduring bonds of love, memory, and identity. At 25, Suzanne reflected on her past life memories, saying, "It is a good thing. My previous family is relieved to know I am still here, and I am relieved to have seen my previous family again." Her words remind us that, whether or not we believe in reincarnation, the human need for connection transcends time and space. What do you think? Could Suzanne's story be evidence of reincarnation, or is there another explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories that explore the mysteries of our world.